recently I did a video where current Amazing Spider-Man editor Nick Lowe was basically lambasting a fan for daring to speak the taboo and say that Spider-Man's life has been an absolute and utter train wreck. And why can't they stop doing that to him? Why can't he get back together with Mary J? That nobody's interested and he to stop this. Well, he wasn't taking any other than basically told the fan that, oh, you're not speaking for everybody. We know what's better. We will do what we want. Shut up. That was basically what he was saying. But we all know that to be an absolute and utter lie. Fans desperately want Spider-Man's life to have some meaning again. They want him and Mary Jane back together. They want Spider-Man to stop being such a freaking loser. He doesn't win fights anymore. He doesn't do stuff anymore. They have diluted Spider-Man so badly because there's like 100 different Spider people all over the freaking place. That's what they've done. And nobody is interested in that. Nobody wants to sit there and watch their hero get destroyed over and over again because you all have some sick fetish where you just like enjoying watching Spider-Man's life burn. But the thing is, fans are buying Ultimate Spider-Man where he and Mary Jane are together. I haven't been reading it because I am just kind of not interested in what Marvel have nowadays. From what I have been hearing and seeing from the reviews I've been checking out, the book is good. The problem is that it's boring and he hasn't won any fights or anything really amazing yet. I think it's like about 7 or 8 issues in, if I'm not mistaken, and nothing of any big consequence is happening, and that's kind of a problem there. But what fans love is the fact that Peter Parker and Mary Jane are married. They have 2 kids. You get to see a man living his life and that people can actually connect to it. Well, apparently, if you work at Marvel, you need to know that it is a ground rule, a fundamental law, if you can, that Earth 616, the main universe, Peter Parker and Mary Jane must not be together, must not get married again. That is basically a fact. Getting to this article here from CBR. Marvel editor says Spider-Man can't marry Mary Jane. Tell us something we don't know. Marvel Comics editor Tom Brevoort insists there is no going back for Earth 616's Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Mary Jane Watson. By Marvel mandate, the pair are not tying the knot anytime soon following the nearly 2-decade-old event that erased their original marriage. That is something I have said to people who have contacted me for before, that Marvel basically has it done as a mandate that must not happen. And now we're getting it from somebody who actually says, so we got that information before, but now we get in more again. At the recent Baltimore Comic-Con via Popverse, Brevoort discussed the character mandates in place at the publisher and how they affect Spider-Man and his most enduring love interests. If you're working for Marvel, the ground rules are all the characters are Marvel's, and Marvel as an institution gets to decide what's right and wrong for these characters. So that explains quite a lot, people. Because when I say something that, these companies hire some of the worst writers possible to destroy these characters, they aren't just that off the top of their head, Zeb Wells currently has like the worst Spider-Man run in history even. But it's not like Zeb Wells is going to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, let me just go and destroy Spider-Man's life further. No, he has to get mandate from Marvel as to what to do. Because the storyline before he took over, Peter was on his way to propose to Mary Jane, to actually, he literally had the ring in his pocket and everything. He was looking to get married to her, and fans were excited for it. Then Zem Wells took over and the whole thing just went pear-shaped. That is not something he just going to sit down and decide and say, hey, you know what, today is Tuesday, let me just go and destroy Spider-Man's life. No, he was mandated by Marvel to do this. And when you hire terrible writers who say, okay, no problem, I can do that, and they can't even be bothered to like the character, think about what they're going to do with the character, they just write anything that comes to their mind and destroys the character. Now you have Mary Jane running around as Jackpot, one of the worst characters ever. Are they even printing that anymore? I literally stopped caring after it was like issue 1. I think, yeah, literally stopped caring. I don't even know. Honestly, I do not even know. But that's the whole thing. So when you're getting these terrible, terrible writers writing these terrible, terrible stories, whether it be Marvel, whether it be DC, the people who run these companies don't care about don't care about the characters at all. They don't care about making money anymore. And they tell them to write some of the worst stories possible. That's exactly what they do. And this is what we keep getting. Continue on. There are certain things you don't want Spider-Man to do. Right? This is what he says. He can get back with Mary Jane. He just can't actually tie the knot with Mary Jane. Those are the ground rules going in. If you're going to work on whatever character, if you're going to work on Daredevil, you're going to have to deal with the fact that he's blind and probably going to stay that way for a while. The thing that makes Daredevil the coolest, like about the Spider-Man stuff, is because he's blind and can do all these amazing things that even people with sight can't do. That's why they call him Daredevil, man without fear. He literally can't say he's out there doing these absolutely amazing things. That's what makes Daredevil such a fantastic character. When you go on here to talk about Spider-Man, he said that, they can get back together with Mary Jane, they just can't tie the knot. That doesn't make any kind of sense either, because Spider-Man is in love with Mary Jane. Well, he was. I don't know what in God's name going on now. So he is going to look to have a relationship that eventually leads to marriage. But they just want to keep. So basically, if he and Mary Jane have a one-night stand tomorrow, she have to come up to with Paul and say, me and Paul are getting married. Oh, and by the way, we filmed the two of us going at it, and we're going to put it on YouTube for laughs. Because that's pretty much what they're doing at this point. So yet, basically now we understand, the ground rules, the mandate at Marvel that Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker and Mary Jane, must not be together. That's the whole thing about it. They must not be together in any way, shape, or form. But they keep doing this thing, because the guy who was the editor at the time when they dissolved their marriage after they made this deal with Mephisto. Now, understand, you think you're going through a divorce, and that's why you end up winning Saturday and all of that nonsense or whatnot and the other. But the thing is that you have stagnated Spider-Man's life to such a literal degree. It's not even funny. What does Peter Parker do anymore other than just be a loser? He has no job. I think now he's working with Norman Osborn, if he's still doing that, because that's gonna laugh. That's really gonna last as long as this. He's been possessed like 2 or 3 times in just this current run alone. He's lost the woman that he loves. He's relegated to a loser. Black Cat and him had a little thing, flirty here back and forth. She's now dragging up tongue with some woman, because everybody's gay now. And this is what you get. And you have Spider-Man as the biggest cock possible, going over to Mary Jane and Paul's place to get chicken and thing, and then swing out the guy. They're like, how much of a cock are you going to make this guy? And their belief is that they're doing this to make Spider-Man more relatable. To who? To who are you making Spider-Man relatable to? Nobody's reading this, because people are tired of you destroying this character that they love. Spider-Man is one of your biggest, Spider-Man is Marvel's biggest, well, at one point they were selling and best-selling characters. That's the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest truth. Spider-Man always ranks up in selling because that character people like. But Marvel has gone out of their way to destroy him as that character for years. The Spider-Verse, one of the worst things they have ever done. When everybody's a Spider person, Spider-Man isn't so special anymore. Destroying his relationship with Mary Jane for what purpose other than the fact that you all just couldn't handle the fact that, you don't want to write stories about a man actually enjoying his life. In the latest runs of Spider-Man comic, when is the last time he actually won a fight? No, really, somebody tell me, because I have not been reading that crap. But from what I understand, he hasn't been winning anything at all. They had the gang war thing the other day that turned out to be nothing and nobody cared about. And that's just what's going on. But you don't want Spider-Man and Mary Jane to be together. You don't want Spider-Man to actually have a life. You don't want Spider-Man to win. What exactly do you want for this character? You don't want him to be with the woman who he loves and is destined to be with. You don't want him to actually evolve. What do you really want for this character? Because as far as I can see, all you want for Spider-Man is just for him to disappear. That's it. But this is the mentality of the people who work on this book. They don't like the character. They don't like the fact that Spider-Man is white, which is why they introduced Miles Morales in the first place. And what are you doing other than just destroying Peter Parker's life at every turn? Your most popular character, you continue to destroy. What does that say to anybody who's actually watching this? And that clearly these people don't like the business that they're in. They don't. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.